Here we are. Hey everybody, what's up? It is Pumpkin Spice Challenge time. Team Wilpers coming to you from Middlebury, Vermont. I am Coach Greg Wagoner, and I'm gonna take you all through this crazy challenge. So, a couple things quick. What is Team Wilper Cycling? Well, we collectively, a bunch of coaches, come up with a 6-week plan, and we provide training within a community. It's as simple as that. So training using Power Zone classes within a community. How does it work? Well, you sign up and we provide the program, the workout schedule through the Team Wilpers portal. You get your workouts, you do the workouts, and you go in and you check a box. And it's really as simple as that. There's no uploads or penalties for not completing a ride. It's just an accountability tool to help you. That's really what we're going for. Who is this for? Any cyclist ready for a thoughtful, challenging training block. Yes, they are called challenges, but I like to call it a training block. So when you're just picking workouts, that's exercising. When you put those workouts together and into a thoughtful plan, that's training. Okay, so it's a step up from just exercising, which is also good, but we're going a little bit further, a little bit more thoughtful. All right, what's free? We have the challenge, okay? The training block. The 6-week training block consisting of mostly 45-minute midweek and a little bit longer on Saturday to give you the right dose of strain and recovery. It's an awesome plan. The free plan is great. You're encouraged to do an FTP test at the beginning. We do have to dial in your zones so that it works right, so that it is beneficial for you. So yes, if you haven't done an FTP test recently, you are encouraged to do one right now. At the beginning, you may want to retest at the end, but you might not want to. It might not be right for you. You might know you're not going to improve. In that case, there are other metrics, but we're gonna rip on the intensity a little bit. So if you get all these done and you recover from the workouts, good chance your FTP will go up, depending on where you're coming from. I do have to put that in there because if you're world class and you do this plan, well, maybe your FTP doesn't go up. So we can't claim that for everybody, but it is a thoughtful, good, challenging plan with some options. So bear with me here. I'm going to explain the whole thing. All right. Also, the other metrics to look for progress, I think, are enlightening sometimes, and having another way of looking at things other than just FTP is really beneficial. Tune into the weekly coach briefings, and I'll help you out as we go along. So, all right, that's the free version. What is all access? So you may have seen that for the $10 upgrade or whatever it is, there is all access, which offers the ability to choose a cycling focused plan, and you can add supplemental runs, rows, or strength. Okay? If you're a runner, you want to focus on cycling for a little bit, this is great. If you want to focus on cycling but only want to ride 3 days a week and supplement with rowing and row classes, awesome. That's a great way to do it. If you're undecided and don't know which way to go, I suggest choosing cycling with strength. And if you want to mix in rowing or running on your own, that's great. We don't have a way to give everything, a mixture of everything just yet, but all of these plans are cycling focused, okay? Just make sure that is clear. And cycling with strength is a great way to go. Us cyclists and especially runners have some imbalance issues and injury issues, and I think some of you know what I'm talking about. So the strength plan is really a good way to offset some of the imbalances and prevent injuries. The Coach Ryan strength plan is awesome. He does exactly that. Looks for imbalances and tried and true exercises to offset imbalances. Go for that if you haven't tried it. You can switch back and forth and try the Peloton classes, the strength, the team Wilpers strength. I think you'll like the Coach Ryan strength though as well. So anyway, all access also allows you to, this time around, toggle between harder and easier. So there is a harder and easier version. So you have the regular plan that I just talked about, and you can, depending on where you are in your cycling journey, or maybe you've had an injury and you need to go all easier rides, we do have that option. And if you want to add a little volume on a Saturday, then you could also do that. So there's a choice of longer rides on Saturday, I believe, and that's how it goes. So how do you choose a plan? All right. So I already went through that. Sorry. My notes are doubled. Can you imagine? Let's get into this plan. Let's get into this one right now. We're in Pumpkin Spice, and this one picks up right where summer and the summer send-off left us, which is ready to perform. I think some of you noticed we didn't really overdo it too much in the summer send-off challenge training blocks. So I'll just say expect to up the intensity slightly. Okay, workouts. Let's talk about the specific workouts. We're getting into the nitty-gritty here. Monday is an FTP test. If you haven't done it over the weekend, recently, anything, we need you to be dialed, okay? If this is your first one, start conservatively. Listen to the coach on the screen. It's an awesome test. It's hard. It's supposed to be. We need you to have this FTP so that your zones are correct for the coming weeks, though, okay? So if that's your workout for the day, great. If you're not doing a FTP test, then we do have a PZE class that focuses on zone 2 and zone 3. All right. I would start off conservatively. This is ride 1 of a 6-week program. Let's not come out sprinting, okay? Let's go PZE class, zone 2, zone 3. I would like you to focus at about 83% for zone 3 and 65% for zone 2. Okay, some of you who've been with me a little bit know that I write the workouts in percentage of FTP. So if you're in zone 3 and you're at 85% of your FTP, awesome. If you're at 65% of your FTP for zone 2, awesome. You can fluctuate up and down in those zones, but some of us have come to like the exact percentage. So that's where I'm going with this ride. Keep it under control. We're not trying to break any records on day 1. Let's move on. So hopefully that's helpful, okay? I am providing timers. I'm going to talk about those in a little bit. If you don't want, well, I'll talk about those in a little bit. Okay, Wednesday, we jump right to the PZ class, a power zone class, which means you're focusing on zone 4 and zone 3. Okay, they are 3-minute intervals, specifically. Okay, here we go. The zone 4, I believe it's 3 minutes at zone 4, 3 minutes at zone 3, 3 minutes at zone 4, and then it drops down to recovery. So for percentages, I would go with 98% for the zone 4 and 83% for the zone 3. Okay, that's a pretty brutal combination. 3, 9 minutes. You're up there working hard. And if you do know about my timers, I'm just gonna say I must have been in a mood or something when I made the timer for this one, because the timer has you at 100% for zone 4 and 85% for zone 3. That's really as high as I would go on this one. Just keep it under control, if that's even possible. That's a hard ride. Okay, there's an easier option for Wednesday, and yes, this gets into some of the options, but I'll talk about this. The specific ride is a PZE, and again, I would go with the percentages of 83 and 65%. Just keep it nice and easy. If for some reason this is week 1, and you're doing the easier version, the PZE version, that keeps you under threshold. Awesome workout. You do have to make the decision kind of at the beginning of this plan. Are you going to go regular, easy, or a little bit harder? Okay. Hopefully that's clear. Let's move on. Thursday is a 30-minute PZE class, and the bulk of it is in zone 2. Now, also, if you know me, you know I love these classes with a long, flat zone 2 interval, and you know I like to go at 75% of FTP. It might be a little high. How can you ever land on one number and make it right? But 75% for that long zone is awesome. If it's too hard, bring it down to 70%. The goal is not to be struggling, straining, sweating puddles on the floor. The goal is to be working at a comfortable pace. Carry on a conversation. This is zone 2 work. It's really important. If you want to make this ride harder, do it longer. Okay, I'll give you that option. If you want to make this ride harder or more of a strain on you, then add 15 minutes to the zone 2 interval. That's an option that's not written anywhere, but I'm giving it to you right here. Okay, my timer has you at 75%. If you are following my timers, and it does have you at 75%. So Saturday, let's go on to Saturday. Okay, a 1 hour PZE with, well, it's a bunch of different shorter up and down zone 2, zone 3 intervals. You're going to be busy in this ride. Olivia keeps you moving, and I like 85% for zone 3 and 70% for zone 2. So we're creeping up just a little bit within the zones. We're creeping up. So intensity is coming. Yeah, 85% and 70%, and that matches what my timer is. And I'll tell you about the timers after I finish the whole week. Zone 2. So that brings the spice up just a little bit for the one hour class this time. There is a longer version, a longer ride option with a 75-minute PZE. Same thing. Keep the 85%, 70%. If you do want to add something to your plan, that's where you do it, is on the longer days on Saturdays. Choose the 75%. So, all right. This week in the whole overall plan, remember this is week 1 and there is a build. So week 1, week 2, week 3 are going to get progressively harder. So chill. We're not trying to break records on this first one. We're just trying to get our routines established, stay consistent, and follow the plan. We're training now. So that doesn't just mean coming and getting on the bike. It means recovering. It means sleeping extra. It means eating well. It means treating yourself good mentally. So week 1, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. My timers, if you're using my timers, which have been added to the portal now, they don't follow the classes exactly. So it's not, the timers are not meant to play the class and play the timer to follow along, but the timers are meant if you don't for some reason want to play the class, provided you want to follow the timer and do a just ride or do a scenic ride or do another class that's not a power zone. Do one of the other classes, or you could possibly ride outside with it. You could ride a smart trainer. You could do a lot of different things with the timer rather than play the class. They do have a higher recovery as well, so that is a step up. So, okay, so you have the plan that I talked about, the free plan, the challenge, okay? And then you could go lower than that with the easier rides. Whenever there is a PZ ride or a PZ Max ride, yes, they are coming. We go just PZE. So it's basically just a plan of all PZE rides. I believe they are still 45 minutes during the week, and I think they are longer on Saturday still. Okay, so to make it harder to go from medium, well, that's lower spice, and then pumpkin spice plus extra spice, choose the longer ride on Saturdays to get the extra spice, and that is about extra 20 TSS every week. So do y'all know about TSS? And I don't have the weekly TSS shoot. Actually, I do on my computer right below the screen that I'm looking at. The weekly TSS for this first week is 190 if you do 5 rides the way they are given, not choosing the longer or the shorter rides. 190. So if you're used to TSS, roughly TSS, sorry, this is a long, we got a lot to talk about tonight. TSS is, if you were to pedal at threshold for 1 hour, you would get a TSS training stress score of 100. Okay, so 190, it's as if you figure it out from there. We can go into that more, and if you have more questions, I'm sure the other folks who have been around a little bit can answer about TSS, but it's a great planning tool that we use to plan the programming. So, all right, cool. Off the bike what are we doing off the bike this week? Week one, like I said, it's a training plan. We're not just doing rides and then whatever. There's off the bike consideration. So I want you to think about your goals, okay? What are you signing up for? 6-week program. What exactly do you want to get out of it? What makes it a success? And write it down. It's important. Write it down. Post it up here. I want a post of thousands of goals. That would be awesome. Think about your goals for the program. Process goals are good, but they're better if you make them specific. In other words, oh, I want to be more consistent. Yeah, that's not really a goal. A goal is, I'm going to ride my bike, do the workouts 5 times a week, 6 weeks without missing. Or maybe you know you're going on vacation or traveling or whatever. I'm going to miss this one, and this one. And other than that, I'm going to hit it. And that's a more specific goal. So that's what I'm looking for. Or an outcome goal. You start with your FTP test and you finish with your FTP test and you want it to be a little bit higher. That's an outcome goal. A lower heart rate on a zone 2 ride is also a good outcome goal. So if your heart rate is 180 and you held 150 watts for 20 minutes, awesome. So check that out. On the first Thursday, we have a nice long zone 2 interval. Check it out. Get an average heart rate for that zone 2 interval. Do the same thing as the weeks go on and watch your heart rate come down. That's kind of a cool way to see progress. Anyway, maybe you have a specific event. Here's the other way. Maybe you have a specific event, a charity ride, or a local route, a hill climb that you want to do at the end of this challenge. On test day at the end of this challenge is a good time to plan for that. Or really you have a whole week, a window of a week after the challenge ends to go out and tackle a specific route, event, ride, hill, something like that. Maybe that works for you. Or an indoor, maybe there's a I don't know when the Pelefondos are, maybe there's a Pelefondo. I think that's the wrong month for it, but hey, choose a Thanksgiving 50-mile ride. Make it up. Post it up here, though. That's what this is for, the Facebook group. Post it up. Let us know about it. So it's out there. We all know about it. The other thing, speaking of telling people about things, is let's clear the obstacles for the next 6 weeks, okay? I know that's impossible, but what about the foundation of it? Tell your friends, tell your family, who's going to demand your attention. Let them know you need 45-minute ride on Monday, on Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. This is what time I'm doing. Get it ready. Get your kit ready, your cycling shorts, your shoes, your helmet, your music, your food, your fuel, your water. Get it all ready ahead of time so you're not scrambling after the fact. Just clear the decks for obstacles, okay? Tell your friends and family so they can be supportive. Because with support, you could do a lot of things, all right? And remember, training is a step up from exercising, so it's a big deal, you know? Don't poo-poo it or play it down. Like, this is a big deal. You're taking on a challenge of completing my training block. So it does take some time, but the benefits to this stuff are countless. So summed up, and this is for you to explain to your friends and family, what are you doing? Or I think, Teresa, we just talked about other people kind of, it flies over your head and maybe some people don't understand Power Zone training or what you're doing, but man, the benefits are countless, and summed up, it brings a better version of you to your family, to your work, to your life, to you, and overall you're healthier. So spread the word to the ones who don't know that Teresa and I speak with that don't quite get it, but maybe you all have the same thing. So that's really it. Hopefully this wasn't too long and there's a lot of information in there. I'm sure there will be questions as we go. Hiccups along the way, bear with us. We are still learning, and we love to learn and make this a better product, a better service for you all. But most of all, everybody is welcome here. All cyclists, everybody who wants to train smart and have fun. I will see you soon. All right. Thanks, everybody.